Upanayana, thread ceremony, or coming of age. Coming of age really means, from Phyllis Krystal method perspective, when can you cut ties from your parents or when can you cut ties from your kids? When your kids reach the age of puberty. What is puberty defined according to Phyllis is when boys grow facial hair and when the ladies develop and the menstruation cycle starts. What does it signal? It signals that a girl becomes a woman, a boy becomes a man, that I'm grown up, I can take care of myself, I don't have to depend on my parents. Not entirely independent, but somewhat, if not more independent, or as much as possible independent. Is there any love lost? No, there's celebration that my kid has grown up. There is no love lost. From Upanayana perspective, the ritual is the wearing of the thread. But what's behind it is the child is initiated into Gayatri Mantra, the chanting of the Gayatri, and the meaning of the Gayatri. When I was a kid, my mom would tell me do Gayatri Mantra, and I would do Gayatri Mantra. It had meaning for me because my mom said so. I did it religiously, I did it lovingly, But now when I do Gayatri Mantra, I do it because I want to do it, not because my mom told me to do. I am grateful to my mother for putting me on this path, for introducing me to Gayatri Mantra. When I was a kid, I did want to have this Janayu ceremony, this Upanayana thread ceremony. I thought it was cool. It was a cool ritual. I wanted to be included. I wanted to experience. I wanted to feel important. And I wanted to follow it in some way. My mom said, why do you want to be tied to this thread? She said, do whatever is necessary, not because you have to do it, but because you want to do it. If you want to do it, you don't need a thread. You can still do it. I'm not against Upanayana or thread ceremony. That is a very individual or family decision. As a matter of fact, later in life, when I felt it, I did go through a thread ceremony. Actually, my desire was to get the thread ceremony done in front of Gayatri Mata in Gayatri Temple in Puttaparthi. And I was told that that won't be possible, but somehow, where there is a will, there is a way. Somehow, with the help of a good friend, it was quickly done. What if you have not done thread ceremony and you're still grown up? What about that? What about if you're a woman, you're not a man? Let's make it of universal appeal. The bottom line here for me is number one, do Gayatri Mantra with meaning and feeling. Two, I am responsible for my life. I don't need to depend on my parents to tell me what's right and wrong. It doesn't mean I don't listen to them. It doesn't mean I'm not respectful to them. But I am capable of making decisions. That means I take responsibility of my life. Big difference. I no longer blame my parents. I am as independent as I can be, and now I'm a contributing member of my family and society. I'm not dependent, I'm independent, which means I'm not depending on other people to take care of me. I'm independent, which means now I can take care of other people. Think like that. I'm available for service to others. I'm not in need of service. If you want to push the envelope, I follow my heart. I do what makes me happy. I do what I love. I'm going in the direction of fulfilling the purpose of my life. Now, this aspect is applicable for not only kids or people who want to do this ceremony, but also grown-ups who have not done the ceremony or who have done the ceremony but have not followed the real essence or meaning behind it. And it does not leave the ladies behind. Yes, ladies can do Gayatri Mantra. No, you don't have to be Hindu to do Gayatri Mantra. It is universal prayer, and do it with meaning and feeling. Very simple meaning. I am praying to the only God which is worthy of praying. And which God is that? Whatever that God is. Gayatri Mantra doesn't even give it a name. It says it's that God. Because it's not specific. It is, let's call it the God of gods. For our purpose, we call it the source energy. And where is that God? That God is everywhere. In all the three worlds. The world that I live in, the world above me, let's call it heavens, and the world below me, whatever that means. It also means that entity, that God, that divinity, that divine force, that source energy is present in all three aspects of my individuality. The materialization, which is my body, the vibration energy, which is my mind, and illumination, which is my soul. And there's a prayer in Gayatri Mantra, just the way sun illumines everything. I'm praying to Mother Gayatri to illumine my intellect so that I can see clearly in my life. So doing the rituals with meaning and feeling is exponentially better, millions of times better. And when whatever you're doing is done with meaning and feeling, then the ritual by itself is optional. It is just for emphasis.